Welcome to the Agency CFO Financial Model and Earnings Report Demo. I'm Ro.
I'm Don.
I'm Cayla.
I'm Shawna.
It is great that you all chose to click on the YouTube channel and watch this. We are grateful to be presenting it. We are Agency CFO, virtual, fractional, scalable, and customizable CFOs only for independent insurance agencies. Phew, that is a mouthful. So let's dive in, because what we're really demoing today is to show you the proprietary financial model, and what's gone into it is just scraping the surface. There's a roundtable video, there's the Intelligence Suite demo video for you to watch. Ultimately, we are here and love it if you would reach out. All right. Custom annual financial plan, our CFOs, go.
What we are now able to do is essentially build a model of your agency and all the inner workings, from all the financial components, from your renewal book to new business retention to profit sharing, all the major financial dynamics. We are now able to build a digital model.
Mm-hmm. Anything to add, Cayla and Shawna? Both of you were very, very integrated in this process.
I will say most of the time, unless you have a financial plan, you are not really looking at the individual components and drilling down even further. So, consider there is a lot of legwork that goes into each of those steps to get together a full comprehensive custom plan. So not all budgets are built the same.
Not at all. And failure to plan, planning to fail, we know it, we live it. And this really is decades of experience at this point.
And why is that? The goal is always to keep it simple. We meet so many, well, that sounds like a lot of work. No, we've built it especially to minimize your effort. We're going to do the vast majority of work. We make this easy, and that's important.
Mm-hmm. So, Shawna, as you've gone through and done budgeting and financial modeling with the clients you work with, any insights on it?
I think Don's point was the best, is keep it simple. I think everyone looks at budgeting as if it's going to be this huge undertaking. It needs to be down to the dollar. We've heard of zero-based budgeting, etc. It doesn't have to be. At the end of the day, your business is going to stay relatively the same year to year. The point of the budget is to let's put some growth goals in place and let's project into the future of how we're going to get to the goals that we set. And it's more, how do we get there? And it's not necessarily down to the fine line. Every single expense that went into your expenses this year does not need to be reviewed. We can keep that part simple, which is the most, I feel like, where everyone kind of nosedives.
Perfectly said. Perfectly said. It is a step-by-step process when you work with Agency CFO. And I'm sure, and whether you work with us or any fractional CFO, first of all, always have a plan, a budget, understand where you're going. This is something extremely proprietary to Agency CFO. We developed this years ago. And this is the last page of our financial model. And this really shows where your company is based on your expenses in those expense categories against your Reagan best practice counterpart. And where are you going to be at the end of the year in terms of operating profit?
Absolutely. How are you spending each and every revenue dollar?
Mm-hmm. And that's really key, because this leads into the monthly earnings report. And we established the cadence. So real quick, all three of you, a quick sentence on the cadence. What do we do for our clients?
There's a magic timing.
Hold you accountable.
Accountability was going to be my word. Back to somebody that has the passion behind putting together a budget, but also has the passion behind holding you accountable to it.
Mm-hmm.
The magic timing is once a month.
Once a month. We do 2 standing calls with our clients. One is very tactical in terms of the earnings call. We go through this massive report and really talk about different points. And we're going to show you just a couple of those pages to give you a preview. And then the other is for the strategic work. And anything to add as I pull up the earnings report?
I think going back to your point of not overcomplicating this, when we talk about, I always joke, I could send you a 40-page report, or there's 3 pages that you could find value in and always look at. The idea is that you should just need to sit down and, again, look at this monthly and overall understand what's going on within your financials. Doesn't have to be a deep dive every month.
So it may be you would prefer looking at it in terms of graphs. And we have some agency owners that do.
Absolutely.
What we like to get in on is the actual analysis points, but then the revenue comparison. This is a key tab because
Everything starts with revenue.
Mhm.
Understanding, are we getting the right amount in the right timing? Is something missing? Why are we up? Why are we down? We come to you with those answers already. If there's any anomalies, we've already investigated them. So when you're looking at your report, you understand exactly what's happening to your revenue.
Mhm. And it's not something you can get out of your agency management system. How we handle contingency. Kay, this is one of your areas of expertise. Let's talk new business by production, by producer.
The idea is if we're going to set a goal, we also need to be able to measure against that goal. So many times do I hear, well, we don't really set targets for our producers. How do you justify if they're doing well or not? How do you know if they're actually adding value to your team and doing the one thing they're supposed to do, and that's generate production? So we measure this monthly. Generally, it comes out of your agency management system or I will say an additional CRM if that's what you're using to track it. But it's how much written production is added to the books. I'm going to keep saying new business. It is not rewrites. It is nothing that gets miscoded. It is true new to the agency in that given month, that given year, and we measure against what their year-to-date budget is. So if we measure this in January, September, December, it is going to tell you how much written production they should have in the books.
Okay. So then I'm going to, awesome. Shawna, retention.
Retention is one of the factors in junction with new that I focused on so heavily with my clients. It is so important to look at your new business and your retention numbers together, in my opinion, because it's the one indicator of what is coming down the line. It's telling you what is your net written growth. Basically, outside of market, we know that we can't control the market. We just get to either profit off of it or not profit off of it. But your net written business, your new business minus your retention is what your agency is actually doing and what is actually going to be coming down the line.
There we go. We do track expenses, but we don't micromanage expenses. That's really important. You can't save your way to prosperity when it comes to an independent insurance agency. We take your expenses, we map it so it's in Reagan Big I best practice form, and then ultimately, what does that give us?
Profit. And not just any profit. It's really important to understand there's 3 forms of profit: operating profit without contingency, pre-tax profit with contingency, and EBITDA. They each tell a separate story, and it's important to understand the differences. We'll teach you.
We'll teach you. And then this is a big one.
Every business owner, what keeps you up at night? The likelihood is, do I have enough cash?
Mm-hmm.
And this is the one of the most important things, because our agency management systems do such a poor job at helping us understand our cash situation. Yeah. And it's one of the most crucial elements. One of the 5 key elements we provide you with: how much cash is actually yours at the agency, not trust money, actually net usable cash. And then also telling you, are we gaining in cash, decreasing in cash, and where's that cash going?
And CFOs, anybody jump in? How many months of working capital do we want our clients to have?
We call for 2, but I'm comfortable with 3. That gets you through a quarter in case of any bad scenarios where we might be low on cash.
And we how many of us have had those hard conversations on calls? Absolutely. It is. Yeah. See, there's not one of us who haven't had to have the talk with the client about needing to save more cash. Correct?
Correct. So I would say it's also not embarrassing for, I hear from so many people, we're not sure if we have enough, and it's kind of a bad topic to maybe talk about at, introduction, but I want to make it very clear this is a common issue for businesses and within insurance. So if you don't have a lot of cash, definitely contact us at that point. But don't be embarrassed. There's always a resolve.
There we go. Absolutely. And we have KPI pages, really look at it in a very, very multitude of ways. How you want to look at it is how we want to look at it. And ultimately, we benchmark.
We do. We use the Reagan Big I best practice benchmarks with special permission. Benchmarking your agency's financial results, one of the absolute most important elements. And we do all the heavy lifting. We take your general ledger, map it. We do all the work behind the scenes. So every month when you receive your earnings report, you have a fresh set of benchmarks, key to understanding and strategically improving your agency's results.
Yep, absolutely. So again, this is just the quick demo of how we take your agency's financial data and we really we massage it, we put it into our model, we put out the reports, we analyze it, we talk to you about it, we interact because we want you to have that long-term value. It is the magic Cadence. So ultimately, to get started, there is a number of ways of working with us, whether it's our mastery program, intelligence suite, we do audit and reviews, whatever it is that's CFO based. We are impartial. The only thing we focus on is our CFO work. It may be financial growth and organizational, but it is the core of what we do. So we always say, reach out to find out. We are here for you. We are happy to have the conversations. Go ahead and do a screen snapshot, get our contact info, link to our website, find us on social media, however you want to reach out, email. We are here. Kay, anything in closing?
I will say I can't wait to interpret for you. That's the key role we fill is interpretation.
Go. And Shawna?
Nothing more to add. Just we're here to help and here to answer any questions and take that noise away.
Awesome. Don?
As I always say, be financially well. It's your choice.
We're here for you. Please reach out. Thanks so much for joining us again. Check out our other videos. Our podcast is Agency Navigators. We're all on LinkedIn and social media. Happy to meet you and happy to have a chat. Thanks so much.
Take care.